Good morning. It is 10:06. We'll call this meeting Wichita County Commissioners Court to order. At this time, Commissioner Gonzalez, I think you've asked something.
I've asked Brother Bob.
Okay. Brother Hampton?
Well, Commissioner Gonzalez charged me to probably go a little bit beyond today, since we're in a real challenge in this country.
Yes, sir.
And we lost 5 officers in Dallas, 3 in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, and 80 plus people killed in France, 2 of which were Texicans, 1 11-year-old child. And Joel Jimenez just gave me this card. He lost a nephew, wasn't it?
No, cousin.
Cousin?
That's my cousin.
Cousin, a good-looking guy, officer, young boy. Spent 3 tours in Afghanistan, Iraq and Afghanistan, and then to come home and be killed on his own home street. It takes your breath. And we have a lot of people running to the mic nowadays thinking they've got to answer and things like that. As Commissioner Gonzalez and I both talked about this morning, there's only one answer, and that's the Lord Jesus Christ. And gun control doesn't get it, but I was reminded of the more I study Paul's epistles, he's constantly reminding all these folks in that Middle East. In Galatians he said, "You foolish Galatians, what's bewitched you?" That's in the 3rd chapter. And then in the last chapter of Corinthians, all the hard times going on as people of believers, and at times like this you get frustrated. Paul is very clear in the 16th chapter. He says, "Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be men of courage, be strong. Most importantly, do everything in love." Gun control is not the answer, but respect for one another, respect for life. That's our challenge in this country as I see it. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you that you've given us a wonderful example of love and respect through your Son, Jesus Christ, who willingly died for us, even though we were sinners at the time, and we are sinners right now. But we're saved through your grace, your faith, and your Father's Word. And so help us to have faith in your Word. Help us to be men that you would count on in times like this. This is a great country that you provided. We come to you humbly thanking you for that privilege of being privileged enough to either be born in this country or now living in this country. Help us all to remember that we're not a member of a political party or a particular race. We're Americans. And we're charged with examples throughout the world. People would love to have the blessings that we have in this country. And help us always to remember that. Help us always remember that it takes faith to step forward, to be an example. Help us to, from this day forward, to draw a line in the sand. We will respect one another. We will listen before we talk. And when we do talk, Lord, we will not do it in a shouting manner, but help us to do it in a way that you have taught us to do. Help us now as we do your business here in this county. We thank you for these men that offer their leadership. Guide and direct us now. Forgive us where we fail you. Lord, we pray for the leaders in November that not only proclaim your word, but are examples of your word. Forgive us again. Show us your way. And all this we ask in your most precious name. Amen.
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 Bob, what you said, if you all didn't see the letter to the editor from Wichita Falls Police Department Officer John Cook last week, you missed an uplifting message where John said, what I would hope we can do is do away with my job as a police officer, because we treat each other with love, respect, we don't steal, we honor others, and do those things as you reference the Book of God. Thank you, Bob.
A lot of our officers went down to that funeral
Yes, sir.
on Joel's cousin yesterday, and Deb was telling me there's over 10,000 people participated in that service.
Wow. All right. You all would join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the Texas pledge.
I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Take your seats, please. If I could ask court to review and take action on the consent agenda, please.
So moved, Judge. I've reviewed the consent agenda extensively this morning, and I move that we accept it as stated.
I'll second that. Ray, you go ahead. Long consent agenda.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Motion by Commissioner Harvey, a second by Commissioner Gonzalez to approve the consent agenda as presented. Anyone in the audience have comments or questions on it? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. First item on general business is to review and approve the emergency and regular bills for payment.
Judge, I went through the bills Friday, and I'll make a motion that we pay our bills.
I'll second that, Judge.
Okay. You did see the answer to that one question you asked me about?
Yes.
All right, thanks, sir. Okay, motion by Commissioner Gonzalez, second by Commissioner Muller to approve the emergency and regular bills as presented. Any comments or questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Item 2 is to draw 6 names for the selection of the public members to serve in the 2016 Salary Grievance Committee. The first 3 names drawn will serve as members of the committee. The last 3 names drawn will serve as alternates. These list of names come from former grand jury members the year ago. You have the list there, Commissioner?
Are we just going to reach in and
Just reach in and get them, yeah. Billy Ray.
Mize?
No, McCullough. Billy Ray McCullough.
Yeah. Cut nose guy.
Tamara Sanders.
There's another one we know.
Randy Catlin. All right. First alternate is Angel Bromley. Second alternate is Hugh Halpin. And the third alternate is Treva Clifton. Now, from this drawing, the procedure will be that committee, along with the elected officials that are designated to be on that, will be assembled in the next 10 days from now to hear any elected official's grievance. They have filed. Constable Tom Black is the only one that has so far requested that. I'm still waiting on some others to come back to see if they're going to accept the salary they were offered or if they want to appear in front of that committee. That committee, if it votes unanimously to change a salary to either what was requested, I'm not sure they have latitude to do anything in between. I have to go back and reread that. But it's mandatory then on the Commissioner's Court to change it. Less than that and over, I think it's 7 or above that vote for it, the court must consider it. Less than that, the court does not have to consider any change at all. Okay, could I ask for a motion to adopt and approve those names for the salary grievance committee?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gonzalez, a second by Commissioner Watts to accept the names drawn as primary and alternates for the salary grievance committee for 2016. Any comments or questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried 5-0. All right. Item number 3 is discuss and consider take action to purchase approved budgeted software. See attached quote from SHI in the amount of $193,284.83 to be paid from 10412.3151 computer software. Mr. Crutchfield.
Yes, sir, Judge. This is to install a SharePoint server, something that DA and the Sheriff's Office has requested for a couple of years now. Be able to use that collaboration software in-house rather than relying on outside tools for that. Upgrade the Exchange server to the newest version of Exchange with the enterprise licenses so that you can have your as much email pretty much as you want to store, limited only by hard drive space, which is also going to be a lot more with the approval of the hardware and then more office licenses, things of that nature.
As we look at, we've been looking at a lot of different kinds of financing to a large sum to not have large cash outlays, and financing right now is pretty favorable. One of the things we're running into is what is the mixture of that of hardware and software? And I'm catching you probably, I'm sorry, I didn't say that, but maybe in your head, one of y'all might have an idea. Is it 60-40 or?
Well, this is completely software here, $93,000.
Okay.
The hardware portion was only consent.
Okay.
For all this to run on.
All right, then that would be outside of what we were talking about.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Commissioners, any questions? Is there a motion then to move forward?
Yeah, I'll make the motion, Judge.
Second.
Any other comments by you?
This is budgeted, right, George?
Yes, sir.
Yes, budgeted.
We planned on doing this
He presented
at the
this,
beginning of
yeah.
last year.
Yes, sir.
Does this mean I'll quit getting those little deals saying your mailbox is full or?
Yes, sir.
Yay! All right.
But it doesn't help your cell phone.
No, it doesn't, Judge.
Okay.
A lot of things don't.
Yeah.
No.
All right, motion by Commissioner Mahler, second by Commissioner Watts to approve the item as stated. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried 5-0. Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
Okay, we are down to the discussion in item number 4 and review of jail work orders. Appreciate the summary that's given to us each week on that. The work orders closed out this week, 8 in plumbing, 7 in electrical, 3 miscellaneous for a total of 18. Work orders done without, our items repaired without a work order, 13 plumbing, 2 miscellaneous, 15, for a total of 33. They're still waiting on some additional things to be done to solve that problem in the kitchen with the fan, and we're looking at how to treat that surface in there other than the way we did the showers, which have been a little expensive. Mr. Harvey, you have any, or I'm sorry, downtown, that would be Commissioner Mahler's. Anything else to add to that?
I wish we could find an alternative for that wall deal that didn't cost
$35,000.
$5,000. That's what we're looking for, but once again, getting the vent fan deal fixed is going to be a major move forward. You know, Judge, I suppose that we're getting to the point now to where this is just about our normal, ongoing, working number of work orders that we're going to see on a weekly basis. I would, because that is a dynamic situation. You've got things that are going to go wrong, and this seems to be where we have kind of bottomed out at for this similar numbers.
Yeah, and what this is only in 2 of all the buildings the county has. This is the regular
It's just a jail.
maintenance people are doing outside of the downtown and the annex jail that are also taking care of the multitude of other county buildings and their needs. So if life was as simple as 30 to 40 work hours a week, it'd be pretty simple for that maintenance staff. That's not the case.
What I like about this report is it helps us observe what is continuously hanging out there, and it helps us, get on top of why we haven't, or what's the issue as to why we haven't fixed something that's 146 days old, so very, very valuable information.
Well, and with the population that we've got right now, we need this thing hitting on all 8 cylinders. And if you've got a cell or several cells that are out of commission, then that moves very high up the priority list because we need space.
Oh, absolutely. But this helps us prevent us getting back into the same situation we were in. When I first got elected, we had 380 some work orders, some as old as 2003, that had just not been addressed. And that's basically how we got in trouble with the State Jail Commission. So having this information helps all of us be aware of what's going on in the jail, and it helps us facilitate the fixes for that. So if we don't know about it, we can't fix it. So this is a great tool, and I appreciate Darrell Bonin providing this to us. It's a lot of work to generate this, but it really is a very, very effective tool.
He did talk to me about this, trying to get this done sometimes is meant he's coming in and working weekend time to get it done. I told him, I said, if you do it a week delayed,
Be fine.
Chief, that would be fine with us. I didn't mean to make that call without checking with you all, but since that report does come to us, I thought that was probably okay. I'd rather he would have his downtime away, because certainly is a going bundle of energy when he's here. So
Where are we at with the second maintenance position?
Still looking. We thought we had one, but I don't know why that one didn't work out. It sounded promising. I can find out and let you know. But we're still looking for someone to work.
And then what is the status of the roof?
There's a work meeting scheduled with Matt today.
1:30.
It may end up being a reschedule depending on it. We got somebody that's vital to that that's not here today because they're ill. So I'm going to call them after the meeting and see if the captain wants to reschedule or not. But there's one scheduled this afternoon at 1:30. Go from there.
That maintenance position is a double challenge because good qualified maintenance people right now are hard to hire. They're in demand. And when you add the fact that this particular one has to undergo even extra security clearances, that makes it a real challenge to try to fill that position. So it's an ongoing deal. But he's out there. We'll find him. Oh, let me just put it this way. He or she is out there. We'll find him. And but it is a challenge. There's a lot of hurdles to jump over.
there is a recommended increase in that salary for those beginning positions based on your all's information placed in and a small survey of looking around to see whether we're competitive. And that would be, I believe it's a $3,000 increase. Yeah. I just wanted you to know we were putting bigger worms on the hook. So. All right, anything else on the jail work orders? All right, we're down to public comments. Anyone in the audience? I do want to recognize that Mr. Donahue and his wife are here, and he's a candidate for the Precinct 1 position. Glad to have you visiting today, sir. Okay, anyone in the audience have anything to bring up? Okay, commissioners.
Well, I'll let Lee give us an overview of the good turnout, and then let's speak to about the upcoming Friday's benefit.
Yeah.
Everybody can maybe plan to eat lunch there or something.
Lee, that deal hit and happened pretty quick, didn't it?
a couple of knothead commissioners Saturday night on the phone, Barry Mahler and myself,
Saturday a week ago.
Saturday a week ago,
Yeah.
said, man, we need to do something. And I just made a few phone calls, and in about 6 days, we put on an appreciation day for our first responders and our law enforcement in Wichita County. And actually some of our surrounding counties came and participated in that too. I noticed some Archer City folks were there. But the public was inundating the PD with calls of support, appreciation. And everybody I called and said, hey, I was thinking the same thing. So everybody wanted to do it. We just needed to come together and get it done. And it actually turned out to where we served just under 1,200 law enforcement, first responders, game wardens, FBI, Texas Rangers, Highway Patrol, and a lot of their families. It was awesome to look around and see all of our community leaders serving the folks that work for them. Chief Borrego, Chief Reese, the judge, all commissioners were there serving, working. The general from Shepherd Air Force Base brought his fire department and his military police, and it was great. We wanted to do something besides feed them, so we decided we'd give away some gift cards, and I was kind of hoping that we'd get 30 or 40 gift cards that we could give out, and we gave out about $18,000 in gift cards. It was remarkable. The public really participated in it, and it was really cool. The guys had a great time. We set this morning. Money was still coming in during the event. It's Alex was helping me track all that stuff and trying to write everything down. And we think it's important to do thank you cards. So we tried to get everybody's name and address so we could do that. But the public support was just phenomenal. We are talking about trying to do another appreciation day, possibly at the Impact Center, sometime late fall or early spring. This is not something that we just need to do when we face a controversy like Baton Rouge or Dallas. This is something that we should have continuity in, and we should always celebrate the people who serve us. So in the future, moving forward, I think we'll have that opportunity, because I think it's more obvious to us now that we've been, I guess, just taken for granted, those guys, and I don't want to do that anymore. It's hard to raise a family on what we pay them, but they seem to do it, and all those folks, they love their job, and just their dedication to us needs to be appreciated. And I think we took a good step forward last Friday, but I think we need to continue that practice. A couple of weeks ago, we had a couple of city workers who got exposed to hydrogen sulfide gas. One of them has already passed, and if I'm not wrong, the second one is in hospice. This Friday, we're going to have a benefit to try to raise some money for their children's scholarship funds, or to help pay some not funeral costs, because our city has really stepped up, and they're going to take care of those folks. But we as a community, again, want to come together and support someone who serves us. So we're going to have that opportunity this Friday, and I believe that we did move it to the Elks Lodge. It was going to be at the training center at the end of Flood Street, but that's not the case. We're going to have it this Friday at the Elks Lodge, and I believe it's from 11 to 2, is it not, Jeff?
Yes.
Where it's air conditioned.
Where it's air conditioned. Fat boys love air conditioning, I'll just tell
Plenty
you
of
that
parking,
right
and it's
now.
close to here. People
That's
can
right.
run, come eat lunch.
It's
Absolutely.
gonna be 104 degrees Friday, so that'll be a good,
Yes.
And that's asking for donations when you come
yeah,
to eat.
yeah, it's strictly a donation deal.
Yeah, you don't have
Not a big
to-
deal.
Yeah, there's no $10 plate. It's just whatever you feel like you want to give. So I really would love to have a good turnout for that also. the man that provides for those children is not there anymore. So I think we could step up and try to take a little bit of pressure off of that. So really proud of our community. We live in a great place.
We do.
You know, this is like Shepherd Air Force Base. You know, I thought they were just being nice, but they say, man, there's not another military base that has the relationship with the public that what we have here at Shepherd. And I thought, yeah, they're just stroking us a little bit, but they're not. It's amazing to hear them reference other communities and compare other communities to this community, and they're serious. We are absolutely outstanding, and I'm proud of that. So,
You know, Lee, what was incredible was this thing got started like late Saturday night.
it really didn't get started until
really
about Monday morning.
Until Monday morning, but anyway, of course, first thing you always think about, how are we going to finance this? How are we going to pay for it? This is going to be a big deal. By Monday about noon, we pretty well had it covered, and we can't call all the names because some people want to be anonymous, but they stepped up and opened their pocketbooks and said, you guys do the work, we'll pay the bills, and that's pretty much the way that thing went down, and it just tells you how much the public invited. And that bunch at the Elks Club,
Oh, my heavens,
goodness
that's what I was
gracious,
fixing to say.
they
How do
just,
you come around them? They're excellent cooks, but they gotta.
Their work ethic.
they
Let's
have to-
talk about Joanne Weitenheimer.
yeah,
Holy guacamole.
yeah,
That woman is, I've never seen anybody,
Yeah,
she had it going on.
her ducks are in a row.
You bet.
And she worked herself to
all
death.
of them,
I'm
they
so
know
proud
what
of
they're
her.
doing, they're able to pick up and go quickly a different direction if you get behind. It's
We just kind of need to stay out of their way.
incredible workers.
Yeah, that's great.
And on such a short notice
Yeah.
to be able to accommodate us, in a quick period of time.
Joanne said, about how many people do you think will show up? I said, let me get my crystal ball out here. I don't have a clue. She said, I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
We fed the last person and had about a half a pan of fish left.
Yeah.
We fed the last person dinner and had about 4 chicken fried steaks left.
Yeah.
Holy, how did she do that?
I don't know.
It was amazing. So,
They have people-
kudos to Joanne Weitenheimer and the Elks. Amazing folks. And I didn't realize this till Friday, but to join the Elks Lodge costs you $89 a year. That's nothing. And you can be a part of something that special. That's low-hanging fruit. Cook's Children's Hospital greatly benefit from that. We have a law enforcement officer right now that works for Wichita Falls PD. His baby was born about 2 weeks ago, and it's got 2 holes in its heart. And I don't know how this happens, but you got blood going in and blood going out in your arteries. Those are switched, and the doctor's got to go in there and take these arteries loose and reattach them in the proper position and try to sew up those holes in that heart. And those folks need the support from the Elks Lodge. All that Thursday night's hamburger night, all that stuff goes to those parents that are taking their kids to Cooks. And when we called to tell him we wanted to help him, he said, I'll be all right. Give it to somebody who really needs it. Boy, I just about bawled. And we know what he makes.
Yeah.
So, got some good folks. We need to reach out every chance we get, tell them we love them. That's all I have.
Very good. Anyone else, any other comments? We'll take a short recess and start into a budget session. We do have a presentation at 1:30 this afternoon from the City of Wichita Falls and their radio provider to talk about whether the city and county could go together on a system that would work for both law enforcement agencies, interconnect them, and also allows the current users to come into that system also. So we appreciate that. It is 10:35. Let's come back in here and we'll move down the table at 10:45.